Oftentimes with clients, I'll have them tell me like, where do you want your life to be in 6 months? And then I'll give them different categories in health, spiritually, with your family, socially, with fun. And they'll rattle some things off, and it's not very difficult. In fact, generally they enjoy it quite greatly to see me writing on this board these things that are possible in their life. And one client recently said, gosh, it was so great in the session. And then I went home and I was discouraged and I felt sad. And I asked him why he felt sad. Well, he felt sad because he looked at that vision board and he thought, man, that's a lot of work. That's work and effort that I have to put in. And then he started to doubt himself. So he was identifying, as he emailed me this, he was identifying the obstacle that he faces, which is generally ourselves. Generally, the biggest obstacle that we face is ourselves. Hate to say that to you, but it's generally yourself. So you create this vision, and I often talk about, and I have talked about how you can imagine how you'd feel if you achieved your goals in 6 months, or it could be in a year, or it could be in 2 years. How would you feel? How will you act differently around people? How will people know that you are motivated and achieving your goals? What will they see differently in you? How will you act differently around other people? What will you stop doing? You start getting this clear vision, and there's meditations that can help, and there's coaches that you can hire that can help, and there's books you can read, and you can go on walks. But when you're inspired, write it down. Get some clarity to that vision. It's going to motivate you and help you move forward. Sometimes I do provoking things. So yesterday I was speaking to a group and I decided to provoke them a little bit. And what I did is I said, every one of you in this room should run the marathon in our town in October, and can run the marathon in the town of Wichita, Kansas in October. Every one of you can do this. Every one of you. And I looked at them, I glared at them. I said, every single stinking one of you, and then I asked them, how does that make you feel to hear me say that? And some of them was kind of pissing them off. It's like, well, you don't know my health problems. You don't know the issues I face. You don't know what I've gone through. And I could kind of read their minds, but then I shared it as an illustration. I said, for most of you, it's easier for you to think of why you can't do something than why you can. It's called negativity bias. It's easier for you to think about what you can't do than what you actually can. I could have said, each one of you should own a business that generates $1 million freaking dollars a year. Each one of you, each and every stinking one of you. And some people that will really trigger, and I could have them stand up. And sometimes I've done this kind of stuff, and they'll stand up and they'll ask them, well, what triggered you about me saying that? And they'll say, well, do you make $1 million a year? Or they'll say, I don't have the skills. I don't have the education. I don't have a product. I don't have an idea. And then I'll share with them illustrations about people that they probably know in our hometown that are making $1 million a year in a business that they started up in their garage or in their basement. But it's easier for us to feed and water our insecurities than it actually is our strengths, our potential. So what's your potential? Focus on that. That's what a vision is going to get you to do.